Well, from such a dominant performance, it's hard to pick out who didn't have a good day. Randall Cobb had a great day, but a not-so-great ending. The Packers wide receiver broke the franchise record of most all-purpose yards and scored the team's second touchdown of the day off this fantastic pass from Aaron Rodgers. Cobb was also very smart with the ball, putting his foot out of bounds before picking the ball up in this second half kickoff right here. And this quirky rule allowed the Packers to start their drive from the 40-yard line. There he is, putting his foot out of bounds. They eventually scored another TD from that drive, but then in the third, he left the game with an ankle injury and did not return. Luckily, the Packers didn't really need him for the rest of the game, as Green Bay easily defeated Tennessee to improve to 11-4.
It was important for us to go out and dominate the opponents late in the year. We have momentum going for us, particularly what we've done over the last 10 weeks. So we wanted to take the next step as a football team.
Looking back at the 2010 season, when we got hot at the right time, and right now is about that time. Now it's time to take off and continue that good play into the playoffs, the momentum, so to speak. So today was a good step, and hopefully we can continue that next week.
Packers' next opponent is the Vikings, and Adrian Peterson has to average 147 yards in these last two games to break Eric Dickerson's record of rushing for a season. And on his first carry, Peterson goes left and runs it for 21 yards, but that would be his longest play of the day, and he'll need 208 yards next week to break the record. Later in the drive, off play action, Christian Ponder rolls out and hits Kyle Rudolph for the 3-yard touchdown and does a little dance himself, 10-3 Vikings. And then Toby Gerhart puts this game away. The Vikings could clinch a playoff spot with a win over the Packers next week. Chicago head coach Lovie Smith and the Bears visiting the Arizona Cardinals, and Beanie Wells fumbles the ball on the 1-yard line, and Zach Bowman recovers, falling into the end zone for the touchdown. So the Bears up by 7. Then Matt Forte rushes up the middle for the 4-yard touchdown, 2-possession lead for Chicago. And in the third, Charles Tillman would intercept Ryan Lindley right here. Ryan Lindley's pass, and returns it 10 yards for the TD. The Bears win 20-13, so they are technically still in the hunt. While Thursday's snowstorm canceled a full night of high school sports, we still managed to find the top 5 plays of this past week. At number 5, Merrill girls Friday night down by 4 in the second quarter to Eau Claire Memorial. Renee Sladek drills a triple from the top of the circle. Blue Jays within a point and would force overtime, but wouldn't get the win. Also that night at number 4, battle for the top spot in the Merriwood South. Auburndale's Ben Boulder with a bold move in the paint. He'd complete the 3-point play to give Auburndale a 22-point lead and hand Marathon its first loss of the season. Saturday afternoon basketball gives us number 3. Spash finds some action inside from Sean Van Helden. That basket doubles the Cardinals' point total, and Van Helden finished with 23 points in a dominating victory over Chip Falls. Number 2, Monday night, Greenwood at Athens for girls hoops. Cassie Hieronymus gets it up to Savannah Janke. She'll finish off the glass just before the buzzer. At number 1, West versus East in boys ice hockey. After a scoreless first period, Kevin Conley's pass to Zach Peterson gets back to Conley, who deflects it in for a goal. They'd win 4-1 over their crosstown rivals.
Now, if only he qualified. Randall Cobb's play should have made that list. That was pretty impressive today.
If only. And the Seahawks, by the way, lead the 49ers 42-6, as that game pretty much has winded down.
Bittersweet for Packers fans. Have a root for the Seahawks after what we all went through early on in the season.
Should be an interesting last week.